Hi students, today I am going to discuss about periodic table, modern periodic table. The discovery of the periodic table elements started in 1800. In 1800, the amount of element discovered is only 31 elements. In 1899, almost 84 elements were discovered. After 100 years, 121 elements were discovered. Later on, when it really reached 2014, almost 144 elements were discovered. After 2014, now we are in 2021, the amount of elements in periodic table which is prescribed, we keep writing now 118 elements. This modern periodic table was discovered by Henry Moseley between 1887 to 1915. Henry's modern periodic table says that all physical and chemical properties of an element is a periodic function of atomic number. All the physical and chemical properties of an element is a periodic function of atomic number. Whenever elements are arranged in the increasing atomic number, what happens? The same similar physical and chemical properties, they form under one particular slot. Clear? The same similar physical and chemical properties, they form under one particular slot. According to modern periodic table, there are two important things which you should remember. First one is the vertical columns and second one is the horizontal rows. Okay, first one is the vertical columns and second one is the horizontal rows. See this picture? First diagram indicates vertical columns. Okay, first diagram indicates vertical columns. Second diagram indicates horizontal rows. Clear? Vertical columns and horizontal rows. These vertical columns are called groups. Clear? These vertical columns are called as groups and horizontal rows are called as periods. Okay, vertical columns are called as groups and horizontal rows are called as periods. According to the periodic table, there are 18 groups and 7 periods are present. Calculate all of you how many vertical columns and horizontal rows are present in this periodic table. There are 18 vertical columns and 7 horizontal rows are present. So that's why in this periodic table contains 18 groups and 7 periods are present. Clearly we learn what are groups and periods. The next thing we need to know is classification of periodic table. This periodic table classified into 4 blocks. First one is the S block, second one is the P block and third one is the D block and fourth one is the F block. Let us know how these are classified. First one is the S block elements. This S block elements is placed on the left side of the periodic table. The last electron enters the outermost s orbital is called S block elements. Clear? The last electron enters the outermost s orbital is known as S block elements. The examples of S block elements is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium. These are all comes under S block elements. See the example. Lithium 1s2. The electronic configuration of lithium is 1s2 2s1. In this example, the last electron 2s1, the last electron enters into the s orbital. That's why this lithium comes under S block elements. Next example, sodium. Sodium electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. This 3s1 last electron enters into the S block elements, S orbitals. 3s1. Okay, this last electron enters into the s orbitals. So that's why sodium is also comes under S block elements. Next thing, these S block elements are arranged into two groups. They are 1A group elements, 2A group elements. First group 1A elements are called as alkali metals. Second group 2A elements are called alkaline earth metals. Clear? First group 1A group elements are called alkali metals and second group 2A elements are called alkaline earth metals. These 1A and 2A groups are all completely metals. Metals are always electropositive in nature. Electropositive means they donate electrons. Clear? Metals are always electropositive in nature to donate electrons. Next one, p block elements. P block elements is placed on the right side of the periodic table. The last electron enters any of 3 p orbitals like px, py, pz. Let us take one example. Boron. Boron atomic number 5. Electronic configuration of boron is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Clear? 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Here the last electron 2p1, the last electron enters into the p orbital. So that's why boron comes under p block elements. Let us take one more example. Carbon. Carbon atomic number 6. The electronic configuration of carbon is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay. Here the last electrons enters into the p orbital. 2p2. Clear? 2p2. The last electrons enters into the p orbitals. So that's why carbon comes under p block elements. Last electron must to enter into the p orbital. Let us take another element, phosphorus. Phosphorus atomic number 15. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Here the p orbital can hold up to 6 electrons. p orbitals containing 3 subcells px, py and pz. Every orbital having 2 electrons. So the total p orbital can hold up to 6 electrons. Phosphorus, the last electrons enters into the p block. So phosphorus belongs to p block elements. Metals are arranged on the left side of the periodic table and non-metals are arranged on the right side of the periodic table. So here non-metals comes under p block elements. Non-metals are always electronegative in nature. So they are tend to pull or drag the electrons from the metals. Non-metals are ability to drag the electrons from the metals. Okay, metals are ability to tend to donate the electrons. Non-metals are ability to drag the electrons from the metals. Metals as well as non-metals combine together. For example, Na and Cl. Na is from S block elements and Cl is from p block elements. This metal and non-metal combine to form NaCl. D block elements. This D block elements is placed at the middle of the periodic table. How to define D block elements? The last electron, the last differentiating electrons enters into the D block. Here see the examples. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, ferrous, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. These are all comes under D block elements. Okay. In these examples, the last electron enters into which subcell? The last electron enters into the D subcells. So these are all comes under D block elements. Here D block elements, the last differentiating electron enters into the D subcells. D block elements are arranged in 10 groups. They are from group 3b to group 12b. Okay, D block elements are arranged in 10 groups. They are from 3b to 12b. D block elements are further classified into 4 transition series. Okay, classified into 4 transition series. They are 3D series, 4D series, 5D series and 6D series. D block elements called as transition elements. Transition elements are a combination of different types of metals. Most precious metals are here. Silver, gold, platinum, all these are precious metals. And next, some important metals which we use in daily life, just like copper, zinc, chromium, iron. Fourth block is the F block elements. F block is placed separately at the bottom of the periodic table. The last differentiating electron enters into the F block. F block elements are arranged in 14 columns. F block elements are further classified into two series. They are 4F series and 5F series. 4F series are called as lanthanoid series and 5F series are called as actinoid series. 4F known as lanthanoids and 5F known as actinoids. See the brief explanation again. S block elements arranged in two groups. What are they? 1A group and 2A group. 1A group called as alkali metals and 2A group called as alkaline earth metals. Then coming to P block elements. P block elements are arranged in 6 groups. Starts from 13th group to 18th group. Okay, starts from 13th group to 18th group. 13th group called as boron family. 14th group called as carbon family. 15th group called as nitrogen family. 16th group called as oxygen or chalcogen family. 17th group called as halogens family. 18th group called as 0th group or called as noble gas family. Both S and P block except 0th group, except noble gas. Okay, both S and P block elements except 0th group are called representative elements. Clear? Both S and P block except 0th group are called representative elements. Block elements called as transition elements. F block elements called as inner transition elements. Clear? D block elements called as transition elements and F block elements called as inner transition elements. The modern periodic table contains 7 horizontal rows from 1 to 7 are called periods. 18 vertical columns from 1 to 18 are called groups. The first period is called shortest period. It contains only 2 elements, hydrogen and helium. The second and third periods are called short periods. They contain 8 elements. The fourth and fifth periods are called long periods. They contain 18 elements. The sixth period is called the longest period. It contains 32 elements. The seventh period is an incompletely period. The shortest period is which period, students? Period 1 is the shortest period. Longest period is 6th and 7th periods. Here 7th period is always incomplete. F block elements contains 2 series, 4F series, 5F series. 4F series called as lanthanoids, 5F series called as actinoids. Lanthanoids belongs to 6th period. Actinoids belongs to 7th period. All anthanoids comes under period 6. All actinoids comes under period 7. Okay, lanthanoids belongs to 6th period and actinoids belongs to 7th period. Try it all of you. I given test self questions. First one is who is discovered modern periodic table? Who is discovered modern periodic table? Comment below. And second one, how many blocks are there in periodic table? How many blocks are there in periodic table and what are they? Third one, P block elements, arrangements and their family names. P block elements, arrangements and their family names. And fourth one, what is the shortest period? What is the shortest period? And fifth one, S block elements starts from which group to which group and their names. Okay, S block elements starts from which group to which group and their names. And sixth one, what are the names of 4F and 5F series. What are the names of 4F and 5F series? Okay, if you get the right answer, click on like and comment below this class. Thank you everyone.